Next, I'd like to invite Patrick Dennis to the stage. Different kind of partner type altogether. ExtraHop, one of our ISV partners that's part of our XDR Alliance, has been a longtime strategic partner of CrowdStrike. Patrick, thank you so much for your time today. Welcome. Good to see you.
You got quite the show going on here, don't you?
Yeah, great show. And thanks again for your sponsorship. Maybe as we get started, why don't you introduce ExtraHop to the crowd, literally, and let's learn a little bit about what you do, and then we'll talk about some of your integrations with CrowdStrike.
That sounds great. So for those of you who may not be familiar, ExtraHop helps with network observability and visibility. We've been working with you a long time, and one of the things that jumped to the forefront is I think one of the few relationships where we have had ExtraHop customers we've introduced Crowd to that have picked up Crowd. Crowd's introduced us to customers. They've picked up ExtraHop. And I think it really just speaks to the necessity to marry up endpoint data with network data. So when we take all the great products that CrowdStrike has to offer, we integrate it deeply with what we're doing in the network. You just get an amazing customer outcome. And I mean, think about some of the customers we share, largest insurance companies in the world, big financial services firms. So obviously is a really big need. And I think the two of us have helped take friction out of that relationship.
Totally. A lot of companies talk about tech integrations. There's a lot of talk about that. What do you think has made this relationship transcend from a technology integration to a real go-to-market force?
Yeah, so let's talk about the integrations and watch in layers. So earlier this week, we announced our commitment to Marketplace. Check, right? The first and most meaningful integration that our customers got benefit from is an integration between ExtraHop and Fal.Con, where you can actually use ExtraHop to go look for a threat and then contain right in Fal.Con. I was talking to a customer this morning and showed him literally 4 clicks to light the integration up between the two products. So cloud to cloud, deep integration. Also this week, we announced that the threat intelligence platform from CrowdStrike will be in ExtraHop in Q1 for both our on-premise and our cloud customers. So we've really aligned on the threat intelligence platform, and that brings the same context to our customers. And then, you know, there's our last announcement. We doing that now?
Go for it.
All right.
Big.
The big news, if we're really trying to light up this third-party XDR platform, and I think we're both passionate about that, you get a bunch of network information, and we have to go put that network information someplace. We've made a commitment, the two of us, that we're going to migrate that back-end intelligence platform for network security information to LogScale. And to put that in perspective for everybody, we're moving well in excess of 10 petabytes a month on our way to 20 petabytes a month of metadata into the platform. I think it's going to be an amazing proof point for you folks. And I think it's going to be an amazing way to mash up XDR data, which is exactly what our customers have been asking us for at this show.
Perfect. I mean, what's so exciting about this partnership is there's customer demand for the technology that we have together. We've made integration so easy, but it goes well beyond that to them utilizing our threat intelligence and bringing that to their customers, as well as really making LogScale the backbone of their infrastructure and leaving a legacy SIEM product.
100%. Doing it. 100%. And you know, let's put that in perspective, right? This is a financial audience. You know, I'm running a business. It's on its way to $200 million of ARR. It's growing really quickly. It's not an inconsequential business. We do service the same enterprise customers. We're going to put LogScale as a real centerpiece to the solution. I think it's going to bring all the XDR benefits we've heard at the show. And, you know, not to go too far out, you could picture how you can really enrich AI, ML services, large language models when we have a really well-curated set of information for our customers.
Sure. And I think this kind of really amplifies the power of an ecosystem when you have third-party ISVs really seeing CrowdStrike as the platform of choice. What was it? I mean, there's other vendors out there in the market. What is it about CrowdStrike that made you decide that, you know, we're the horse you want to bet on?
Well, you and I love this part. Like, we love going fast. We are incredibly customer-centric, and we want to have an outsized impact. And so, you know, when I think about the partners that want those same things, like that's your DNA, it really makes it easy for the teams to work together. And honestly, I think that shows through to our customers. I think that's why so many customers prefer using our two products together. And you know, hey, that's the real reason why. Like, it all comes down to people. We love working with you.
It's great to hear. This isn't a partnership just in the US, it's really global. What do you think has created, and how have you succeeded in having this global alignment with CrowdStrike?
So one of the things that's maybe a little interesting about our relationship specifically, since we service many large multinational corporations, like we really did need to build knitting together around the world so that we can do a great job servicing a customer that's maybe based in Europe but has a giant US presence, right? I'm thinking of that one insurance company, or some of our financial services companies based here that have big global footprints. We've made the commitment with you to have tightly integrated alliance teams. That's always a big deal. But what I think is really like the new change, remember like our engineering teams were just working together on the log scale project a week ago? Those are the kind of bonds that get built so problems don't just have to get fixed between you and I, or solutions don't get created here. They get created in the fabric of the organization. I'm super excited about that. And that's the part that'll power scale.
Sure. Maybe coming around to some of the unique aspects of the CrowdStrike platform, our threat intelligence.
Yeah.
There's plenty of threat intels out there. What made CrowdStrike the one that your team really got excited about in making this decision to have that be something that you bring to every one of your customers?
So I know wants me to answer this question because he knows we evaluated them all. In fairness, we did, and in earnest, we did. And listen, this one was the best. It was the best for us. It was the best voted by our customers. And we believe very much in the strength to strength thing. We want to work with real leaders. We ran all the traps, we made an informed decision, and we picked this.
And shifting to the second aspect of the partnership, back on the product side, the move away from legacy SIEM. I mean, there's a lot of talk. You heard George's comments earlier in terms of the opportunity that SIEM transformation represents, moving to a next-gen SIEM. Can you talk a little bit about that process? Maybe what were some of the pitfalls of legacy SIEM and how we can do it better, faster, and more effectively?
Yeah, I think if you look at security technology, think about the last section. We were just talking about AV, still having a long tail, maybe an SMB, right? One of the things that's been interesting about the history of security tech is sooner or later something leapfrogs. You're like the best example of that going, right? And it's that time in SIEM. And so I think when I talk to our customers, there's some dissatisfaction with SIEM as it exists today. George is spot on, and I see the same thing. There is a giant pile of money spent on something that people are nearly universally dissatisfied with. And I think we can do it better. So if we work together, there's a portion of that market that is absolutely yours and you have a right to win. There's a portion of that market where I have a right to win, and we're both going to make it better than it is today. If I were a customer, I would want the friction out. I met with a giant communications company today, and we had this talk, a little prematurely, but they wanted to understand where we were going. We spent our time on this subject. They're super excited about the ability to get a platform together, get the XDR benefits, get the old SIEM cost out. It's just the right time.
Perfect.
We talked about the moments.
Yes.
There's a moment, and I think there's a moment right now in SIEM where we can displace some spend.
Excellent. Well, it's definitely the moment where our partnership is going to the next level. It's great that there's business going your direction, business going our direction, technology integration, really powerful partnership. Thank you, Patrick, for the time today. It's a pleasure having you here.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Folks, key takeaways for our session with ExtraHop is you have a vendor that's doing innovative things at the network layer, integrating seamlessly into CrowdStrike, creating end-to-end workflows, leveraging our APIs. Not only is there integration, there's full-on go-to-market effort globally where we're sending business to them, they're sending business to us, so we're both winning. Threat intel OEM, moving their back end to log scale. I mean, it's sort of like partnership nirvana of what you want in a long-term sticky partnership. We make the customer outcome better, we grow each other's businesses, and we all win. And I think that's really emblematic of the partnership practice that we have here at CrowdStrike, the power of the crowd coming together, helping produce the best outcomes. And it's why there's over 75 vendors downstairs that want to be here. They made the choice to be here. They want to be part of the movement we're creating in security. So really a pleasure speaking with everybody. We covered marketplace of the future with AWS and how the software supply chain is changing and how CrowdStrike was an early adopter, and we continue to innovate and have a best-in-class security partnership and go to market with AWS. We talked about how we're leveraging partnerships to access the SMB, doing so in a highly velocity and optimized fashion with PAX 8. And we ended with an ISV where a lot of people in technology talk about integrations. but we actually have gone well beyond integration to real go-to-market, deep integration, they're leveraging our technology and really building on the Fal.Con platform. So it's been a pleasure spending this time with everybody. I hope this session brought what we're talking about, the power of the crowd, to life. Really excited about where we're taking things here. Thank you.